Hello everyone, how's it going? I am Louis, the Average Guy 1983. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I am super excited to be here. Today I'm at Rogue Scooters in LA, and in front of me right here I have the Langfeite GT4S. This thing is a freaking beast. Now, it is a little bit expensive, so if you're trying to figure out how much this thing costs $12,000. So it's very expensive. Not everybody, in all honesty, is going to be able to afford one of these, but if you are in the market for one and you have the money, you might want to stay tuned and see what this is all about. So what I'm planning on doing with this video here is show you guys an in-depth tour of the entire scooter, as well as take it out for a test ride, see how it performs out in the streets and see how it does all together, and talk to you guys about the specs of the batteries, controllers, etc. So let's go ahead and roll the intro so that we can get started. Alrighty, my friends, so let's go ahead and talk about the specs real quick. So this scooter has a 84 volt 50 amp hour battery, so it has plenty of power to get you around. Now when it comes to the range, it claims to have up to 75 miles of range for a 165 pound rider, going up to 15 to 16 miles per hour. So just keep that in mind. If you ride it chill, obviously like any other scooter or e-bike, you'll get more range out of your PEV. Another thing is that it does have 3,000 watt motors times 4 that do peak out at double the power, so you're getting a lot of power out of it. Now when it comes to the power output for the motors, you're actually getting 84 volt 60 amp controllers times 4. That is incredible. So I already got a chance to see them. They are pretty big and they do draw out a good amount of current, so just keep that in mind. So you might want to go easy on the throttle. So another thing to talk about too is that you get a 55-degree hill climb and you get a maximum top speed of 68 miles per hour. That is pretty incredible for this PEV, right? Well, with that said, let me bring you guys closer so that we can take a really good look at the GT4S. All right, so talking about the wheel here, like you guys can see, you get a 10-inch wheel, okay? And the tire is 130 by 90, rim size 10. Now, when it comes to the whole width of the tire, you're looking at 19 inches for your wheel, times 4. Now, when it comes to the tire diameter, you're looking at about 6 inches wide, so you're definitely getting plenty of coverage on the ground as you're riding this PEV. When it comes to the rear swing arm, you actually have full motion. If you take a look here, check this out. You'll be able to lean super easy. You can do this with the front and the rear. And this side here in the back also locks with a push button so that it stays in place. So when you're riding, you can just ride with the comfort of not worrying about leaning to the left or to the right if you just want to go straight. Now, when it comes to your braking power, you're getting four piston calipers with very thick rotors. When it comes to your suspension, you're getting 4 adjustable shocks with rebound, 2 in the rear and 2 in the front. Alrighty, my friends, now when it comes to safety features like turn signals and brake lights, tail lights, headlights, etc., you're getting a tail light that looks like this, and your turn signals that look like this. You also get turn signals in the front, and a 3-way headlight. All right, so looking at the front of the GT4S, you do get 2 steering dampers, 1 for each side, okay? And it allows you to be able to turn your wheels without any issues. See that? And you still get the same tilting ratio. Check that out. This is just so you guys can see how well this machine is made. On top of that, right here in the front, you can see your remaining 4 piston brake, 1 on each side, and again, a very thick rotor. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and talking about the left side of the handlebar, you have some buttons here. Allow me to explain what these do. So the top button right here is going to be your turn signals, your left turn signal, your right turn signal, and one cool feature that this scooter has that I haven't seen in any other scooter is a reverse option. If you push this button, it will light up red and you'll be able to go in reverse on the GT4S. I think it's really convenient. And remember how I was telling you guys in the back that there's a 90-degree tilt to the left and to the right for the rear wheel. Well, if you push this button here, you'll hear a click sound that locks the wheels into place so that you can't do that 90-degree tilt. And if you want to do the 90-degree tilt, go ahead and turn the button back on. You'll hear a click sound and you'll be able to do your 90-degree turn. On top of that, this button right here is your headlight button, and this one over here is your horn button. So it's just a buzzer, but obviously you can upgrade this to something a lot more better, but this is just what it comes with. Alrighty, my friends, and looking at the display, you guys can see that it has a really nice looking display. The numbers are big and visible. You can see your number here on your percentage, which is 100%, your voltage of 95 to 96, your odometer reading, your speed mode, which has up to 3, your trip information, and your current draw for your motors, as well as the top speed here, which is currently set to kilometers, but it can be set to miles per hour as well. So right now it went into park mode. We're going to go ahead and push the plus button to set it to number 1. And I'm going to show you guys the top speed of that. And in the screen, I'll go ahead and put down what that is in miles per hour. So we're getting a max speed of 31 kilometers under speed 1. Under speed 2, we get 80 kilometers. Under speed 3, we get 107 kilometers. And very, very powerful brakes, like I was just able to stop it. So let me show you guys that again from a distance so that you guys can see just how powerful these motors are. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and now comes the time for me to show you guys what this can do from a distance here with the wheel spinning. So we're going to put it in speed 1 and see how it does. Now you guys are able to see that right now, like the actual scooter slightly tilted. It's because it has a very powerful motor and a lot of torque. So this is what it looks like in speed 1. Speed 2 powers is this. Yeah, that's speed 2. But let's push it further to speed 3 and hang on to this as tightly as possible. Here we go. That's intense, huh? 107 kilometers per hour, baby. Now let's go ahead and see how it does with the brakes. You see that? This is one incredibly powerful electric scooter that's in an ATV design. All right, so on the right handlebar, you do have a sport button that you can press in to engage it into a more stronger torque, or have it off to have a more relaxed torque. On top of that, you can see your handlebar grip right here and your brake lever here. All right, so I went ahead and I moved this up a little bit just so you guys can be able to see the button layout. You got your memory, your minus button, your plus button for your gear changes, your power button, and your trigger throttle. You can see that works very, very fast. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and get ready to take this out for a spin. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and we're about to get ready to go. Before we do, I did want to mention that this seat right here that you see is removable. Just in case you're wondering, you can actually remove the screws at the bottom and put them away and remove the seat so you can just stand on it and ride standing. However, for this video test, we're going to be remaining seated. I am going to be using the Insta360 Ace Pro with the GPS preview remote to make sure that we can see roughly what we get in speed 1, speed 2, and speed 3. Now, I don't have any intentions of taking it full throttle, just know that, because this is a store model and I don't want to damage it just in case of anything. This is my second time riding a quad style electric scooter, so I definitely don't want to mess anything up. With that said, I also want to thank Ernest again, as well as Alex, for allowing me to be here to be able to review this model at Rogue Scooters. Be sure that if you guys are interested in purchasing one of these bad boys, to check out roguescooters.com so that you can be able to place your order. With that said, let's go for the test ride. Alrighty, ladies and gents, we're on the Langfeite here, and we're about to test out speed mode 1 to see how fast it goes. Okay, I got 25 kilometers per hour, actually 26. Speed 2. 51 kilometers. Man, this is some strong brakes. Even with the regen braking off, or electronic braking off, it's pretty strong. Okay. Right, here we go. Very, very strong brakes. And the suspension is pretty good too. The only thing that I'm not liking about the GT4S is the turning ratio, and it's because of the steering dampers. They're limiting the turning ratio. But overall, it's doing good. It stops good too. Pretty incredible. When it comes to the steering, it's not that sharp, so you have to make wide turns. Here we go. The good thing is that I have visible turn signals, so oh, something happened here. Something's wrong. Let me scoot this over here. You can feel some vibration issues. I'm not sure what's going on here. That was kind of weird. Well, let's see if I can get it back into the shop in number 1. Here we go. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up, guys. I'm gonna let Alex know what's going on with this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and this is going to have to end the video early, man. I do apologize for this, but the scooter here ended up going bad from one of the controllers here. One of the phase wires went bad here, and it got stuck, and wasn't able to ride it, which kind of sucks. So you guys were able to see that on video, and unfortunately it was because the regen braking was still on, though the GT4S was actually fully charged. So that's a small issue that, you know, might have to be fixed with Langfeite, just to like maybe create some kind of a separate button for the regen type braking, or even having a 0 option as, like, you know, off, just to make sure that nothing goes bad with it. But yeah, I wasn't able to finish my testing, but while I was testing it, it did perform very well, very butter smooth on the feel of it. The only thing was that it did feel like it was trying to lean towards the right instead of staying, you know, centered. That was the only bad thing, and I felt more comfortable riding it standing than sitting down. But other than that, guys, this is going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, thank you to Ernest and Alex for allowing me to review this model here at Rogue Scooters. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace for now.